Hey everyone, Derrick Hines here. Welcome to the podcast where I'll share with you the patterns, insights, research, and technologies that we use in my own pain and performance practice to help people improve their health, speed their healing, and increase their longevity. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy it. Good day, my friends. Welcome to the Pain and Performance Podcast. If you don't know me, I'm Dr. Derrick Hines, the founder of Acadiana Pain and Performance and Hero Health, where we integrate the latest research, the best technology, and the best treatment to give our patients superior health and healing. And that's what we do here on the Pain and Performance Podcast. I want you to have that little bit of deeper understanding and knowledge to make your life better and healthier. And today we're talking about a concept that I teach a lot of patients, especially older patients, when it comes to strength training. And that is something called RPE, the rate of perceived exertion. This is a subjective measure. So this is something like if you're working out, it's how hard was that set of bench press, let's say. And if I'm laying down and I'm doing that and I'm like, I could have done, 20 more repetitions at that weight. Then my RPE might be like a 4 or a 5. If I get to the point where I'm like, I completely fail, that is an RPE of a 10, right? So my perceived exertion was 10 out of 10 and I failed. If I got there and I could only do 1 or maybe 2 more, then I might tell myself that was like a 9. That was a 9 out of 10. I could only do like 1 or 2 repetitions left in the tank and they would have taken everything out of me. An 8 is where I could do, let's say 2 to 4 more repetitions is an RPE of an 8. And a 7 is I could do something in the realm of like 3 to 5 more repetitions. So if we think about it like that, we're working deeper into our capability. And when you ask more of your tissues, of your muscles, they respond more. And I see a lot of people that as we start going through the aging process, we start training less and less into our capability. And so what happens is our capability starts to come down to match that training. And so when we teach our patients is based on research that says you need to get to an RPE of a 7 or higher to build strength, to build muscle. I want at least a few working sets per body part a week where you are training up to an RPE of a 7 or higher. Now, how many could be debatable? I would say 3 to 5 working sets per body part per week. A working set is a set where you got to an RPE of a 7 or higher. And when we look at that type of training, this is the exciting part. It doesn't matter how old you are, who you are, you can make gains. So there was a study done on 10 frail elderly adults. Many of these were kind of bedbound. And what they had them do is work out for 8 weeks with a high intensity strength training program where they got deep into their capability, close to failure, with an RPE over a 7 out of 10. So they got to a point where they're like, I'm doing a bench press. I only could do 3 to 5 more of those repetitions, and then I would fail. And what they found at the end of the 8 weeks, so this is only 2 months, they had 174% increase in quadricep strength. They had a 48% increase in walking speed. And 2 of the 10 stopped using their assistive devices, canes or walkers. What this tells us, if you want to look that study up, PMID 2342214, and you can find that on PubMed. What this tells us is that if we train, no matter what age we are, deeper into our capacity, we can build strength at any time in our life. We just have to make sure that we're telling our body that we need more strength. The way you tell your body that we need more strength is by challenging that strength, by getting closer to failure. I will tell y'all on this, there's some ways to cheat getting to that if you have a problem or if you have pain or difficulty. Stay tuned or reach out. There's some really exciting technology along the strength training world that we will be bringing to the people of Acadiana. So if this has challenged you in the past, it's worth reaching out and letting us know, hey, what little exciting detail does Dr. Hines have up his sleeve? But use RPE. If you are doing strength training and you cannot live a healthy life, to me, if you don't have this in your life somewhere, then you should have your week separated. Let's say you're doing this the easy way, upper body, lower body, core. And for your upper body, we need 3 to 5 working sets at an RPE of 7 or higher. I would like you to shoot for 8, where you get to where you're like, I've got 2, 3, maybe 4 repetitions left of lat pull down, bench press, a row, shoulder press, dips, any of these types of things that are challenging your upper body. For legs, we need to be safe with this. So don't get under a squat bar and say, like, I'm going out to where I'm about to fail. Make sure you're training smart, people. But if we can train smart with good technique and we actually start using the RPE scale, you will absolutely make strength gains. The studies are very clear. It doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, you will make strength gains if you start training harder and use that RPE scale. There's many apps out there that allow you to track your sets, reps, weight, rest, and RPE. So if you use those, then it's very nice to be able to go back and look. Last time I did 40 pounds and my RP just was at a 7 and maybe I was cheating. I need to go up to 50 or 60 pounds today so that my RP gets to that 7 or 8. So it's a very nice metric for you to be tracking with your training. If you know that you're doing 3 sets of 10 and you know the RPE of those 3 sets of 10 at what weight, you're going to be able to really progress your training quite well. So I hope that helps you integrate that into your exercise routine and you will reap the rewards. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for sharing the show. I appreciate every one of you, and I will see you tomorrow.